Hi, I'm Peter Moloney. I'm the main rider at Ridgeway Farm Stud. Here at Ridgeway we have three main principles while training the horses. They're flat work, pole work and grid work. In general with each horse we roughly do about 45 minutes with each horse, 3 to 4 times a week, and this varies from horse to horse. The other days would be filled with hacking or jumping or pole work. Flat work is essential for every horse, for their strength or fitness. It teaches the horse to be obedient, responsive. With the technicality involved now in courses and tight time allowed, horses need to be as rideable as possible, as responsive, as obedient as possible. Without good foundations in flat work, you're going to run into problems while jumping. Okay, we just start off in the canter on the right rein. We're basically going to open the canter for 5 or 6 strides. Really close it for 5 or 6 strides. He's a big horse with a big stride. It's important that he's very agile and can be made into a smaller horse in the ring. Now we're going to open it for 5 or 6 strides, a little bit quicker. Then really close it. Really keep the canter active also when you close it. And make sure he's responsive off the leg when you move. Ooh. Short, and again keep the canter engaged behind, move forward again and close again. Keep the canter active is important when you slow it, not to let the canter get too dead. Close again. Okay, so we use the pole work to recreate a jumping scenario without actually jumping. It just makes it a lot easier for the horse and for the rider, mentally and physically, and it also can recreate the arena environment without having to jump the horse. We like to do pole work once or twice a week. Pole work can be used to integrate your flat work and your jumping work. It's like the intermediate between the two. Pole work is very good for strength and fitness. You can use different exercises such as raised poles, poles on a circle, shortening, lengthening distances. You can vary it to your horse's needs. So we're going to start off with the poles on the circle, and then we're going to add in the cavalettis later. I think it's important to make it as easy for the horse as possible from the start. So if your horse is not that experienced, you can make the circle as big as you can. Just use the poles, and then as your horse gets more experience, you can make the circle a bit smaller and add cavalettis and make it a bit more difficult. But just keep it as easy from the start as possible, and it'll make life a lot easier for you and the horse. Okay, so we're going to start off with the poles before the cavalettis, just to make it easier on the horse. We're going to do 6 strides, nice and easy. Now we'll take out a stride, go 5 strides. 4, 5. You can make the circle as big as you want to start, and then as your horse gets more experience, you can make the circle smaller and add in cavalettis. So we're going to start off 5 strides, normal 5 strides. On the left rein, encouraging to land in the left lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to take a stride out. I'm going to go 4 strides, a little bit more on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back to 5. You just use the circle wider and tighter to adjust the stride. And finally we use grid work, same probably once, twice a week. The main point of the grid work is to help the horse's technique. It can be used in different ways to help your horse's needs. You can set up the grid in different ways. For example, if a horse rushes or a horse is not making enough distance, you can make it shorter or longer. to suit yours. I think one of the biggest benefits of the grid is it teaches a horse to process what's in front of it a lot more quickly, which helps a lot. Now that courses are a lot more technical, the horse has to be a lot more agile and really focused in the ring. The main factors for the horse to achieve his full potential at the top sport, he has to be extremely rideable, obedient, responsive. All these things can be gained through a strong foundation of flat work, grid work and pole work, which we use at Ridgeway. So all of these three methods are put in place for a reason to get the horse to the top of the sport and to make him reach his max potential.